Hey everyone. So I'm going to start this here. And how are you all, you beautiful souls? And I'm just very excited to give you guys some information here that sorry, that yeah, my hair's still here, still got long hair, it's just tied up in the back. So very excited to do this video with you guys and show you. I'm going to compare the tests again with you. These are the doctor data tests I did with my mom a few years ago. And so what's going on is Fastest Labs, my partner with Fastest Labs, partnership there, has to not be active right now because Fastest Labs has been acquired by Boxwood Partners with LP Firm Capital. So they're looking at the notion is that this partnership in buying out that whole franchise chain is to help them have more capital to do more stuff. Now, hopefully down the road, that does mean these forensic toxicity testing that they were able to do with me for a couple of people is going to come back, but right now they can't do it. So they kind of gave me that bad news this past week on Monday. So I had to really quickly switch gears and I called back Directlabs and I went over again the tests that I had done with their doctor data tests, which are great tests. And you saw the videos that I've done on it. And I thought when she had said there was only mass spectrometry in that heavy metals test, that meant it wasn't bypassing the nano and that there was a couple elements not being seen. So I was given misinformation from a lab technician at the Carlson Company regarding gas chromatography and mass spectrometry as the gold standard for forensic testing, which it is. Okay, don't get me wrong, it is. But there is a difference between the modalities used for testing for metals and testing for chemicals. So I'm going to just show you, I'm going to share my screen with you guys and show you your screen. Okay, I'm going to share my screen with you guys and let's go to the first test here that I did for my mom. And let's see here. Okay, so let's get that up. All right, so this is the test kit that this is one of, now this is on the metals, okay? This is the metals kit with doctor's data that Directlabs has. The beauty of these tests, as I mentioned in the video when I was going over the comparison of these tests back to back, side by side to show you how the before and after was with my mom detoxing with glutathione to get her back to being healthy again, is how wonderful these color-coded tests are. You can see the graph here on the right-hand side. The result is, this is your actual amount that the test is detecting in you of these different metals. All right, and it's over 30 different metals. And what they'll do here, their reference interval is what they have figured out over the years is a high value for that particular element for the body. To, if it crosses this threshold, then you're starting to get in a toxic state. So here is what I had shown you guys. And it's incredible because you actually can get a very clear picture of the toxicity in the body. Now, what I want to show you here is we have this chart right here, this method here that it's talking about, ICP-MS. That is the standard forensic testing with mass spectrometry for metals. Carlson Company uses it, NMS, all these testing labs that are using forensic modalities for looking for heavy metals. This is the method that is used. This does bypass nano. So when they had mentioned that, and there was this misunderstanding that I had with a technician about gas chromatography, mass spectrometry. I thought this was missing a modality. It's not. It's not. This other wonderful thing about this test kit can be mailed anywhere in the world. There's 3 states that have issues with getting these tests mailed to them. That's New Jersey, New York, and Rhode Island. How I bypassed this, my mother was in New Jersey at the time that she was being tested with these kits. I was in California. I had Directlabs mail me the kit. I took it to her. I took her hair sample. I sent it back to Directlabs once I got back in California. All right. They cannot see the postage code coming from those states. So the workaround we have right now is if you do have a friend or family member, our company also is willing. We're in Florida. We are also willing, if you want to mail it to our business address, you can mail it, have Directlabs. Once you purchase the kit, you want it to mail it to us to mail to you, we're happy to do that for you. Just ask us if that's the case. Otherwise, we do have other partner labs. They're a little bit more expensive, but we do have other labs that can take care of you in those states. If you don't want to have us do it or have someone else outside those states mail it to you. So here's the beauty of it. This particular heavy metal test is $124, and that's it. Okay. They also we have it as a urine test as well. If you want to do a 24-hour urine test for metals, that we have that too. The chemicals test is a little bit more expensive. The one that can do check for vinyl chloride and benzene and a host of other chemicals that many people with the chemical fires and the derailment spills are concerned about. There is another smaller test for chemicals. I have that listed in what I have with Directlabs, okay, with the link that I've set up with them to choose the tests that we know would be most beneficial for you guys in terms of toxicity testing. We have both male and female hormone tests on there. We have vitamin D testing. We have all the allergy testing, which is very key because you will have a boatload of artificially created allergies when you have toxicity in the body. And I've done a video on that. I'll include that link here when I'm showing you the before and after on detoxifying, before and after allergy tests that were taken with our family too. So what's really nice is, again, these are beautiful color-coded tests. Here, this was the first time, this is the baseline test I did for my mom. You can see how much uranium my suspects threw at her. They were really pissed at me for figuring them out. So they started attacking my mom. They attacked my best friend, Kathy, in Illinois. This was really problematic. And they were having a nurse's aide do this to my mom. So here we have the high amounts of zinc. This was kind of an MO standard for them. They did not use, what's interesting, I pointed out to you in the other video that they did not seem to use any thallium because that's also their normal MO, because it just didn't really register here. But then again, it didn't register that much either for the other person who had similar uranium, high zinc, high uranium values, also was my ex's cousin, California. So, I mean, literally the zinc and the uranium was almost like a complete match. And I think we did a comparison of that in a former. But the other beauty of these tests, okay, is that they do a write-up at the end of the report. If there are any elements at a very high value, they will do a write-up and explain to you what that could be indicative of and what it causes to the body. They'll go over here like, okay, sources of what possible exposure is, not necessarily intentional. This could be environmental or accidental causes. They go over that here. Galvanized pipes, contaminated water from galvanized pipes. But they also go over the symptoms, gastrointestinal disorders. Okay, there's one. Tachycardia, blurred vision, hypothermia. Okay, they very succinctly go over that, this is great for you to see, especially if you've had any of these issues from COVID shots or other mRNA shots. The elevated copper that my mom had, she was having these crazy tremors that would just come out of nowhere. She never had those before. Okay. And it was very upsetting for her because she has also had dementia. And so symptoms associated with excess copper: muscle joint pain, depression, irritability, tremor. Okay. The anemia, yes, it did affect her iron levels also when we did element testing for calcium, iron, and those other elements in her. Behavioral disorder, she definitely was very much more irritable, much more upset during this period for her. And uranium. Now, not all uranium is considered, now it says most of all these isotopes are considered radioactive. I did find out from our toxicologist that there is some uranium that is not radioactive. And I would like to think that our suspects are using a non-radioactive version, because then they'd be pretty toxic too. This goes over what you get from high uranium levels, chronic fatigue. Okay. It's just a fantastic write-up for you to see. And now here's the thing, of course, that is very key. These each have a chain of custody form for you to fill out. These are admissible in court. If you are suing your employer for forcing you to get COVID or mRNA flu shots, and you've had major health issues, even minor health issues, okay, can be caused by toxicity. And as I was saying before in a video over a year ago, with the nanotech, we had this in a poisoning case where after a poisoning episode at a party, my ex had only showed in the hospital, again, they weren't using forensic testing, would only show like 7 micrograms per liter of arsenic. But 10 days later, it's saying it's at 21 micrograms per liter. It went up. And our suspect had not been near. Now, people will say, okay, could it have been a paid, nurse or something? Yes, it's possible. It's possible. We kind of watched him like a hawk, though. We also let police know what was going on. So I asked the toxicologist, is it possible, besides the nano hiding it from regular medical tests, is it possible it can do like a slow release, like certain medication or vitamins that can do a slow release? Can the nano do a slow release of the toxins? She said yes. Nano is programmable. So I did this in that prior video. I said to you guys, if you don't have major symptoms now, you could have stuff going on down the road, and that could be what's happening to some of you right now. Now, this test comes as a kit, test kit to be mailed to you. You can do it with hair, you can do it with urine. We have a urine one as well. Right now, this test, the one for hair for heavy metals, is only $99. It's normally $124. Is that going to continue into May? I don't know. Today's April 30th already. All right. I don't know if that special is going to continue for May. What they do is periodically their most popular tests, they do as a test of the month, and they reduce the normal price a little further. So I don't know. But even at $124, that is still significantly cheaper than $400. And that was pretty much the cheapest, about that 390 range that we had it at for heavy metals with fastest labs. That's basically the lowest they could go at the time. If we had had people really, doing massive testing, they would have lowered that price. But now they don't have that resource to do it, so it's a moot point. So anyway, and also here, just to compare to you, this is 5 months later. Now, February 2019, this was the baseline test I did for her, okay? Collected February 22nd, they received it on the 25th, and they completed it on the 27th, which is very fast, by the way. That's super fast. That doesn't mean it can always be that fast, but they're normally pretty quick. So July of 2019, I wanted to see, we only were detoxifying her with just the glutathione. We're going to keep it simple for her because she was in assisted living. We wanted to keep it on the lowdown. We did not tell the nurses aid company that we were detoxifying my mom because that one person that we were suspicious of was still with them. They did not want to let her go or do anything until there was more proof, which we gave them a little bit more information and had more proof that she was doing stuff to my mom. But see how significant the levels are here, okay, of how things went down. She was at 3.4 uranium 5 months earlier. She's now down to 0.4 here, 5 months later. And the other levels, if you look at the zinc and copper here, look at this, 150, and she was at 380 here, 380. It's so significant. This is only 5 months detox with glutathione, okay? And then I did a year later. Now, this was a little disconcerting because, as you can see from the baseline, the first element here, arsenic 0.025, then 5 months later, it looked like it was going up. It's not showing on the graph, but that it was going up a bit. And then here was very telling. It was at 0.072. Now, in July of 2020, that nurse's aide was still there, okay? And all we could do at the time was, until we could find a way to get her not to see my mom. It was part of it's part of a company where they had rotation. So she wasn't seeing my mom all the time, but she was in the building. And so once we had more evidence that things were not kosher, she was fired December, 2 days before Christmas, actually, December 23, 2020. And that, but what was interesting is we did get my mom out of there. Oh, I'm sorry. I might have the date mixed up of when they fired her, but regardless, we were still this still was a concern because my mom still was at the assisted living. So we did get my mom out of there. We didn't keep her in there. But this is just, it's an incredible, wonderful color-coded test. It's just amazing that you have all this information. This is, again, it's admissible in court for legal purposes. And it's just a great write-up, in terms of how hair is a great test tool for exposure to toxic elements. And of course, here there was nothing, she didn't have anything at a toxic level anymore. But it's a fantastic test for you guys to take. Now, what's also great is on your chain of custody form, you can say who you wish to share this report with, and we will do free analysis for you if you share your report with us. All right, this report does not go on the internet. It will not be kept anywhere on the internet. So you do not have to worry. We are HIPAA certified. We're not going to share these results with anyone. I mean, unless you told us to, we are not going to share this with anyone, okay, outside our company. We just want to see, we're trying to collect the data on people who've had COVID or even any mRNA shot that has had mild to severe health effects, which could be tachycardia, gastrointestinal problems, liver impairment, kidney impairment, breathing issues. There's just a whole host of symptoms that occur with heavy metal and also chemical toxicity. We know for sure from the link I sent you and from the testing that was done through Germany with deeper forensic modalities, there were heavy metals found in all the manufacturers for the COVID shot. So we do have that information. So we encourage you all, okay? We're encouraging celebrities. We're encouraging the groups that we're working with, Freedom Flyers, Real Not Rare, all these groups that have not had a single toxicity test, or just want to see where they're at after all this time. If you've never detoxified, if no doctor, which most doctors won't tell you how to detoxify, they're not up on toxicology. And most doctors just want to keep you sick because they're making money off of you being sick. And we don't want that. We want people to be well. We want people to be able to have kids in the future. Many of these elements, especially arsenic, when they accumulate in the testes, it can make you sterile. The accumulation of any of this stuff is not good for reproductive purposes. So we really, anyway, I'm just excited that we have this as a resource. I know the issue with, I'm going to stop sharing for a second there. We know the issue with New Jersey, New York, and Rhode Island will be an issue in getting these tests to you. But again, if you want us, to mail it to you, we're in Florida. We can get that to you, and then you can mail it back to us so it has a Florida postmark. It's up to you, but we do have other resources, other testing services that can do these tests. They won't be as cheap, but we do have other resources. So we do encourage you, if there's a way for us to get the test to you, like I said, Directlabs can't mail it directly if you're in those 3 states, but indirectly we can get you the test. So anyway, please take a look at the link. The code is R-PALA if you're calling in to order the test, okay? And their 800 number, if you have any questions and you give them that code, they're happy to place the order for you. They'll give you a login to download your test, your report. It's a secure link. If you don't want it stored there forever, you can talk to them about it, but they do. It is on there because they need you to have a portal, because it is a virtual test that is put on a link, so you can have the secure PDF for you to print out and want to share it with your family. That's up to you. But yeah, you'll have a login and they'll create that for you, or you can create it yourself if you want to order the test through the testing page, and we'll give you the link for that too. So if you want to scroll through that and just order it, just click to put it into your shopping cart. That's up to you guys. So I just want to let you guys know this information. Again, we can mail it to anyone except in those 3 states right now. We can mail to Canada. We can mail to any country outside the US. And yes, we will partner with other labs to help out as well. This is going to be a global effort, and we appreciate your support. So thank you so much. I mean, we have some donation links down below. Oh, and I don't know if I did mention, we will do free analysis for you if you share your results with us, because we do want to collect this information. Again, private server, not shared online. We do want to get that information. We really encourage you to share your results with us. We will do a free analysis for you to help you out and get you on. If you need to detoxify, we will just start you right away with that information and not charge for that. So to help you out. That's it. Let's get this ball rolling and get you back to health. And if you are suing your employer, or you're suing the government, whoever you're wanting to do, this is admissible in court and is very powerful information for you. I think that's it. So thank you very much. And just very exciting news. This Rumble channel is going live on Roku first week of May. So that's this week. And it is going live under the Awake Freedom TV app. It still will be free, completely free, no charge. Dave Cheney in Canada is doing this almost on his own. I mean, he's getting support, but he's doing this so that channels like mine can be seen by millions of people who do need this information. I research little known or hidden cures to such diseases as cancer. And you already know, I mean, we talk about this, toxicity causes inflammation in the body if it's not addressed, if that toxicity isn't removed from the body. And that inflammation can lead to major diseases such as cancer down the road. So it's so urgent that we get this message out to people that need it. And animals can be tested too. I had my cat Angel's fur tested. So don't think that if you have a pet that's suffering from toxicity that the pet can't be tested. The fur can be tested as well. Urine can be tested. This is something I need to talk also to veterinarians about. Glutathione in the form of cilantro, bay leaf water, and at some point when we're going to figure out what would be the correct dosage in a supplement capsule for dogs and cats and for poultry and for cows and goats and chickens and everything else. Cilantro is safe for livestock to eat. That is high in glutathione. Bay leaf water, high in glutathione, perfectly safe for them to drink as well. That pulls toxins out of animals. And we have some ideas for how to safely pull toxins out of the ground. But anyway, we'll have more on that. But thank you, and God bless, and see you soon.